is, where does he go? Like, what team is going to sit there and deal with a dude who, A, has not been healthy or reliable both on the court or off the court? Like, who's trading for John Moran here, Coach?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Buy or sell? Tua has made his last start for the Dolphins. Feels like Sam went easy on this one.
If I could be that crazy guy, was it Jim Cramer? Buy. Yeah, there's no way he's playing for the Dolphins again. After he said that statement, there was no way in hell anyway. But once again, new coach, new GM. I don't know how they're going to do the cap hit. It's massive.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day on a terrific Thursday evening. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, betting the world of sports. What do we have to bet on tonight? How about college basketball's number 1 best against the spread team in action tonight? So is the number 2 team. So is the number 4 worst against the spread team in action in college basketball. Who are they and what games are they? We'll let you know. First up, though, it's game time. What's betting you up tonight, Gabe?
Well, you know what? As you stated, it's a busy night tonight. NBA takes center stage as well. The Minnesota Timberwolves are suddenly one of the teams being mentioned for Giannis, and we know the T-Wolves are looking to make a big move to try to, take that next step. But I can't help but notice in the National Football League that Nate Hackett was hired by the Miami Dolphins today. And I got to tell you, we talked about Rick Bowness and the NHL and how once you're in for life. The National Football League really isn't so much quite as an old boys network. So I really do believe that, like, Nate Hackett is an alien, or he's like secretly a CIA agent that, like, somehow has secret files on everybody. And, the trade-off is that he has a job for the rest of his life in the National Football League, because it really is amazing, right? Like, Nate Hackett will just, he's like Nate Peterman. It's good to be named Nate in the NFL. Like, Nate Peterman, Nate Hackett, you're like, no, really? Got signed again? Seriously? So, yeah, Nate Hackett is the new quarterbacks coach of the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, he's going to help Tua. I would, I would sort of listen to Nate Hackett to be my quarterback coach if I was playing Madden. And he told me, listen, try this, try this play. I might listen to him. I wouldn't hire him to be a Pop Warner quarterback coach, let alone the Miami Dolphins. But good luck with that, Miami.
Listen, it is amazing how they just kind of keep on spinning the wheel, but at least it's only the quarterback coach. A lot to get to tonight. Opening pickoff time. I'm going to start the NHL, Gabe. Listen, it's crunch time for these teams. There's only about 30 games, 30 games left, and some real big-time teams aren't in the playoffs. So I'm guessing they're going to start picking up their slack. One of those would be the Florida Panthers, 2-time defending champs. They're in St. Louis tonight. They're laying a decent number, minus 160, but the Blues are just awful. They've lost 5 in a row. They're not playing good ball anyway, or hockey. Florida 6-3 their last 9, 6-1 their last 7 road games. It's kind of a must win. We're getting close to obviously the Olympic break as well. These teams that are on the bubble, they need to win these games now. Give me Florida on the road, late $1.60 at St. Louis.
I do agree with you as far as this hockey game. I like the Panthers as well. One thing with the St. Louis Blues is, though, they're not horrible. Right? They're not supposed to be losing like this. And truth be told, if you look at the games and during this losing streak, they lost 4-3. They lost 5-4 in overtime. They lost 3-2, right? Like, it's just been like sort of just constant pain. They're just a day late and $1 short all the time. I don't know if they're going to break through, though. That's the whole thing. You figure, well, you know what? They're going to break through at some point. No, they're fading in the playoff picture because the West is so difficult. And yeah, I think it becomes more, do they break it up and try to retool more than try to get back into things? Yet they are playing hard. It should be a close game, but you got to keep fading the St. Louis Blues. I mean, they're just one of the coldest teams in sports right now, just as far as luck is concerned. Like I said, they play hard, but they still lose. It's just one of those deals for them right now. Give me the Panthers.
All right. Second play for me, I'm going to grab North Dakota getting 12.5 at St. Thomas. It's a big game in the Summit standings. These are the top two teams. Records aren't similar, and I think that's what the boys in Vegas are looking at. You got one team that's terrific, North Dakota or St. Thomas, which is 17-5, and the other team is 12-12. But I always look at, you got to throw that stuff out, Gabe, for me anyway. And I look at the conference record. That's a true indication of how close teams are with each other because North Dakota, has played a tough schedule at a conference. St. Thomas did not. That's why St. Thomas has all these Division III wins. But in conference, it's 6-2 versus 6-1. It's really close. Now I'm getting 12.5, albeit on the road. Give me North Dakota plus the 12.5 at St. Thomas.
I like that look. I'm going to go with an NBA play. Look, last night the Houston Rockets played, and they played pretty well in the first half, and then they fell apart in the second half against the San Antonio Spurs. They're back at it, and I'm actually surprised. I had my eye on this game all day, and I was thinking, man, there's no way. Is KD really playing tonight? Like, I really thought the Houston Rockets could sort of tap out tonight, but it's the Atlanta Hawks who were tapped out tonight. The Hawks rolled last night, and they're shorthanded this evening. I'm still tempted, man. It's 6.5 right now. But where I'm going with this is Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is super consistent. Like, he averages like close to 7 assists and 7 rebounds a game. So he's 9 assists, 8 assists, 10 assists, rebounds, pretty consistent, like 5 to 7 rebounds a game. But he can also give you, 15, 18, 20 points. They're shorthanded tonight. The looks are going to be there. Daniels is going to be on the floor a lot. He already is on the floor, like 30 minutes a game. But he's going to be involved, I think, in pretty much all the scoring that happens. Through him scoring, through assists, and him racking up the rebounds. So let's go over 28.5. It was 29.5, down to 28.5 now if you want to get on it now. 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Dyson Daniels. Atlanta Hawk.
All right. I'm big on the Summit tonight. Since I started it with North Dakota St. Thomas, why not pick another game, Scott? How about South Dakota laying 3.5 against Oral Roberts? Remember what I just said about the teams? Look at their standings. Neither one of these teams are good, but I will tell you South Dakota's at least 11-11, 3-4 the Summit, which, believe it or not, is actually pretty good when you compare it to Oral Roberts, which is 5-17, 0-7 in conference play. I mean, if you can't win a game in the Summit, then you're in a lot of trouble. So South Dakota led to 3.5.
I'm going to go with the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. And this game's coming up, but I got a ton of picks coming up in the 9 o'clock hour as well. It's almost a play against the Oklahoma City Thunder more than anything. You look at the T-Wolves, they're rumored in the Giannis mix right now, and even if they don't do the Giannis thing, which I don't think they will, but I do think they're going to pull something off. They've won 2 in a row. The T-Wolves are a streaky team, right? They should be better than they are. They had a rough patch for a couple of weeks. They've won their last 2 games. Oklahoma City are battling to win games right now, not just to cover, like covering a point spread is another thing, right? Like they're just battling to win games right now. So give me the Minnesota Timberwolves plus 6.5 points on their home court tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
All right, my last one, I'm going to grab Charlotte after taking South Dakota against Oral Roberts. Let me grab Charlotte laying 3.5 against the Dallas Mavs. Tough spot. Again, we talked about this yesterday. You could tell when the boys in Vegas have shifted their eyesights on certain teams, right? And Charlotte is definitely one of them, making them a road favorite at a so-so Dallas team. But it's 3.5. But you know what? Charlotte 14-6 against the spread. Last 20 games. Give me Charlotte laying the points at Dallas.
I was on Charlotte last night. We gave you Charlotte to get it done, and it was an easy win for them against Memphis. I would like to go back, and I probably will when it's all said and done. I would say, well, it's back-to-back, but the Charlotte Hornets are the best team in the NBA in back-to-back spots. They're 9-1 against the spread on the second night of back-to-back games. Philadelphia 76ers, miraculously enough, actually 8-1 on back-to-back. You wouldn't think that, but Charlotte have been great on back-to-back. I just can't lay 3.5 on the road. You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right. You got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah. You're still like, it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like, it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So the they may have objections. There's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Hey, daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. Yeah. But all of a sudden, the prospect of daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
In-game live continues. I'm Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid Television Network. We got a busy night tonight in the National Hockey League right now. Boston Bruins and the Philadelphia Flyers just getting started. Second period. Boston Bruins, another sort of team that flew under the radar that people didn't think would be good, actually have been very competitive. And it's bizarro world. Like, you figure that I would get every NHL game. I get like every NBA game, but NHL games, it's all like almost pay-per-view. They want you to pay in certain regions and stuff like that. They shake you down. They're like, oh, you want to watch a Montreal Canadiens game, right? So I get every Boston Bruin game, and it's super annoying because I'm not a Bruins fan. In fact, I don't like them. And I get every Bruins game, like every freaking, I'm not kidding, like every game. Like tonight, the Montreal Canadiens are playing the Avalanche. They're wearing the Nordique jerseys in Montreal tonight. I'm blacked out. I'm 3,000 miles away. I'm blacked out. So I'm like, what game am I? And I'm like, oh, what about this game? I'm blacked out of every NHL game. And I got like the Blackhawks and the Penguins, and I get every Bruin game. And I will say this, and we got Scott Wetzel back. I will say, it used to really annoy me because I found Jack Edwards to be like the worst of the worst of the worst. Like, he might have been the most annoying play-by-play voice in the history of sports. You can be a homer. I don't care about being a homer. Like Hawk Harrelson, I don't mind that. Oh, 2-0, bad guys, good guy. Like, I don't mind that stuff. Yeah. You can be a homer, but he was just a jerk. Like, he was a jerk homer. Like, oh, look at this guy. Oh, we really hit him hard. He was like, I don't mind drinking, but the guy was lit up all the time, right? So he's lit up, he's ripping the other team, and it's sort of like Belichick and Brady not being with the Patriots now. I don't hate them. I'm a Bills fan. I'm supposed to. I don't hate Drake May. I got no beef with Drake May. He's just some goofball kid that's a good quarterback. I like Mike Vrabel. They haven't been caught cheating. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, there's nothing like to really dislike. So it's the same thing with the Bruins. I realized, it's not really the Bruins I didn't like. It was Jack Edwards I didn't like, and I didn't like Brad Marchand either. So he's not on the team. So I really don't have a beef with the Bruins, and I've been betting on them a lot, especially at home, and they've been treating me well, and they're up 2-0 right now. So go Bees. Go Bees.
There you go. Yeah. Jack's a good guy. Not that I know, but he's dealing with some health issues, obviously. So
I'm sure. I don't wish ill will on him.
Yeah, right. They've won 8 in a row at Boston at home. I didn't quite get why they were such a small favorite today. And I tell you, Gabe, I didn't get suckered in tonight.
It was minus 160.
Yeah, decent price, I guess. But Philadelphia's been playing lousy and Boston's been playing great. So, but I didn't get suckered in tonight with Colorado. I did last night. I bought the minus 150. I knew that, sucker in all over it. Tonight it was a similar number, and maybe even a little bit lower, actually. And I said, no, this team's lost 5 of their last 7. Now, I know it's not
they were minus 125 tonight. So you can almost make the argument.
Yeah, even lower.
And I did take them. Now, I should note, though, I went bigger on the first period, over 1.5, and it was a slam dunk, man. They scored 4 goals in the first period combined. 3-1. This game isn't over yet. Still a lot of hockey left, but it's pretty clear. And I swear it's funny because this has happened ever since I went. I had my hot take like 2 weeks ago, if you remember. I said, you know what? The Avs will not win the cup. Like we were talking about putting it in parlays and this and that. Bruins just scored again, 3-0. I maintain it. I'm not saying they're not going to win the cup because they're losing these games now, but this is probably good for them. It's a little bit of a wake-up call, and all right, we're not this superpower that we thought we were, and reality will kick in, but other teams will get better, right? Connor McDavid isn't just going to disappear and go away in the playoffs. Like, this guy's going to bring it. And, like the Dallas Stars, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, like there's other teams in the West besides the Colorado Avalanche, but the Canadian, they're fired up, Scott, for this game tonight. It was one of the best rivalries in sports, the Quebec Nordiques and the Montreal Canadiens. And it was like legitimate hate, man. It was like real deal stuff, man. There was like mini riots and brawls, and like it was over the top. So you're bringing a blast from the past. I don't personally like it. I think it's a scumbag move from the NHL, personally. You stole the team.
You mean?
Yeah, you stole the team from Quebec. So you wear them when you go back to Quebec. It's even worse.
Rubbing in their face, right?
Yeah, you really are.
Stuff.
But you put.
Remember, you used to have. Yeah, you didn't win anything in Quebec. Oh, by the way, they've won a couple Stanley Cups, since they moved to Colorado. Just to remind you.
Yeah, the weird thing is, that's the whole thing, too. Then they went to Colorado, and they won like 2 years in, like right away. Yeah. Right after all those years of suffering in Quebec. But they never would have won in Quebec. They never would have had the same team, Scott. The Montreal Canadiens traded Patrick Waugh to the Colorado Avalanche. Over their dead bodies. Over their dead bodies would they have traded him to the Quebec Nordiques. It wouldn't have happened, like just point blank. Yeah. It's like Michigan, Ohio State stuff. It's like as if we're trading you to like our arch rival who we hate the most. Not happening.
We're going to help you.
So, so we ended up, and it got weird too, because Colorado, just a quick history lesson, guys. Eric Lindros. The thing is, Philadelphia just scored now, 3-1. But, Ray Bork joined them after. But then Colorado never would have won only because it was like Quebec's misery helped Denver. Eric Lindros was the top pick in the draft, and he refused to play for the Quebec Nordiques.
Right.
And so they traded him to the Philadelphia Flyers for 1 million different picks and stuff like that turned into like all the stars on the Colorado Avalanche. So they got like Eric Lindros didn't want to play in Quebec, and Patrick Waugh left Montreal, and it was like this perfect collision for like the Quebec Nordiques that were suddenly the Colorado Avalanche. Because you and I are old enough to remember the Colorado Rockies, not the baseball team, but the hockey team.
No, hockey team.
There used to be a hockey team, guys, in the 70s, the Colorado Rockies, and they were terrible. Like, they were bad. So, like, Denver's a great hockey city, Scott. It's not one of these cities that's like, oh, they don't deserve this or something. They've supported hockey forever. They used to go to Rockies games. They had sweet jerseys. Don Cherry was the Colorado Rocky coach.
Yeah, great Don Cherry. I still, believe it or not, in my collection of baseball cards, I have a rookie Eric Lindros card. One of the cards I thought was going to be worth $1 gazillion someday, and
it's not worth much.
Nice player.
I used to have some too.
Yeah, it's not worth.
Probably worth like
really.
$20 or something. 30, 40 maybe.
I take it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
take
not
it.
worthless.
Email me.
It's not worthless. You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still like it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But, these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. How about a little poly market with all the Giannis stuff? So I looked it up this morning or / this afternoon, and they actually had, will Giannis be traded this season on the poly market site? Anyway, yes, +2 and change. And I'm thinking that probably was like your $100 is going to win you $100. So it's probably even money because they always include your bet in that stuff. So, but I'm thinking, Gabe, he's going to be moved. I mean, you don't announce to the world that you're taking trade offers and you're willing to trade a guy and then not trade him. I mean, then what do you do with the guy after you told the world you could leave? So I think that's a halfway decent bet, little goofy bet, but Giannis is not going to get moved after, announcing to the world, go find a deal for us. I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
I'm on the other side personally. I believe that, I think it's easier to trade him in the offseason. And you'll get better offers in the offseason because teams will be in a better situation cap-wise, right? Like they can actually figure out how can we do this? How can we offer the package? Now, they're on the clock right now, and there's no secret. Everybody's putting together deals and making offers, but I would not be shocked. It has come down. Yesterday, it was basically at 56% that he wouldn't get traded. Now I see 42%, right? So I tell you what, though, it's still like the heavy favorite that he doesn't get traded. I mean, there's a big drop-off after, right? It goes from 42% not traded to 24% Golden State Warriors, power of the media, Scott. Brian Windhorse. I'm telling you, like, so one thing I like about these sort of like prop type things, when we're betting sports, you're betting against an algorithm computer and stuff. It's very difficult. Like, you know what I mean? You're betting an NBA total. You're betting against like an MIT computer, man. It's like ran 8 million game, like simulations in a game, and you think you got a hunch, or Scott Wetzel thinks he's got an angle. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, you're going against a computer. That's why MMA is good. It's not a computer. There's a human element to the line making and the live in-game betting. And like trades, drafts, coaching, especially the draft, Scott. Like no sports book is an expert at the NFL draft. All they do is they monitor a few people. Oh, Schefter said that. This dude, Todd McShay, said this. Kuiper said that. And they sort of combine their little, what the media is saying. And Brian Windhorse was the one that came out and said, oh, yeah, the Golden State Warriors are the clear front runners to get him. I disagree. I think we brought it up last night. How? With what? Yeah. With who? Like, I don't, they say, he said, oh, they have all their first round draft picks for years to come. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you don't have a player. Like, it's pretty 25th. Clear what they said. Like, Milwaukee said they want a, like, star player back, a role player, and draft picks. How the hell do you have that? The New York Knicks could do that. Knicks could send Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, like, you know what I mean? Like, the Knicks could put together a package and pull it off. The Raptors could put together a package and pull it off. But he wants to be on the Heat, Scott. I'm telling you, that's where he wants to be. Yeah. So maybe he doesn't play for the rest of the year. He sits out the rest of the year, and he gets traded to wherever, man, in you know, Miami in the offseason.
Yeah. I tell you, we brought it up yesterday, too, with the Brooklyn Nets. I found out reading a little bit today. The Brooklyn, they have 5,000 draft choices. One of them, though, is the Milwaukee Bucks protected that they got through the Knicks in the Bridges trade. So the Nets hold on to that. And these teams, for whatever reason, always feel compelled to get their original draft choices back. It's got like an extra star on, oh, you got our draft choice? Oh, okay, we want that back. So, you know, if they really wanted to stick it to Giannis, I don't think he has a no trade clause. They could say, all right, we'll send you to Siberia. You know, they have draft choices. They got a couple of young players.
They won't do that. They're not going to do that.
Probably
it's going to have to. It's going to have to be it's going to be a lovey-dovey, right? It gets so complicated.
Have the Nets no draft choice, right? Wouldn't you rather have the Nets draft choice than the Golden State Warriors? Right?
Yes. And listen, these teams screw up these trades all the time. I mean, Luka Doncic got accepted for Anthony Davis. So, like, why not offer Karl Anthony Towns? You know what I mean? You're like, hey, listen, like, you know, it's not word. It doesn't hurt you to try. But my gut feel, Scott, is that he does not get traded in the next week.
Then I wouldn't be betting any Giannis props for the rest of the season because I don't think the guy's going to play then. Right? I mean,
well, how hurt is he? Like, is he out? They said 3-4 months, and then it was like, wow, it could be back. Yeah. Like, it seemed to me like, who does he get traded to? Does he get traded? What happens, right?
Yeah. So that'll be a weird situation.
So you got to trade for him now. He might not even play this year.
Yeah.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right. You got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah. You're still like, it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like, it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But, you know, these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
his wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. Full slate of action, including some NBA, talking a little Giannis there talk. So why don't we get Nick Hammody's thoughts on where Giannis might end up either this year or next
Mr.
year.
T-Wolf.
Host of Mr. T-Wolf from the big game tonight. Big. It is amazing how every time we have him on, Minnesota is playing. But host of Ty and Nick's Giant Picks podcast, right here at zonecoverage.com. What do you think, Nick? Maybe your T-Wolves for Giannis? Is he going to get traded first today? Because there's a poly market bet out there that you can bet on that. And then ultimately, where do you think he'll end up?
Yeah, for once, I'm going to go against falling in love with my own players and going with my heart. And I'm going to say, Timberwolves, go all in for Giannis. I don't care anymore. You can get rid of Julius Randle. We got to get rid of Jaden McDaniels to get him. The problem with the Timberwolves is they have no first-round draft picks to give up, which is just really unfortunate after the Dillingham trade. Yeah, Dillingham?
What if Milwaukee? What if Milwaukee? Exactly, Scott. What if Milwaukee said, "All right, listen, you want Giannis?
Straight up.
Okay, give us Anthony Edwards."
No.
Wow.
There's not a player in the NBA that I would give up Anthony Edwards for right now. Not even Wemby. Anthony Edwards is 24 years old. He loves the city. At least he says all the right things. He's shown that he wants to be there for a long time.
For Wemby, huh? No, you love him. He's your guy. You're gonna live or die with him.
The tough part about Minnesota is, Minnesota's not an easy place to live. You got the cold winters, and that's pretty much the whole NBA season. So you have to have a guy that's willing to come there as well. And I don't see, a guy like Wemby wanting to do that. I'm shocked that Giannis has stayed in Milwaukee as long as he has. But no, I wouldn't give up Anthony Edwards for anybody right now. I'm a huge Anthony Edwards guy. I think that the Wolves need to continue to build around him. And I think the biggest mistake the Wolves made was going a little too all in when he was 22 and 23 years old. And now, like I said, being short of draft picks, especially with the Rob Dillingham flop that happened last year.
Rudy Gobert, too. They gave up a ton of picks for him. When is it? I brought this up yesterday on the podcast, Nick. I said two guys, either Anthony Edwards with Minnesota, which is still 33-1, or Donovan Mitchell with Cleveland, which, by the way, we brought up yesterday was 22-1. They're listening to his game. They dropped it down to 19-1. One of these two guys and them and their teams, sooner or later, you're right, he's only 24, but you know what? This is his 7th year in the league. He's been in the big leagues, or 6th year in the league. He's been in the NBA a long time, Anthony Edwards. And so is obviously Donovan Mitchell. Like, is it ever going to happen for either one of these two guys?
Michael Jordan didn't win until you just nailed the years and stuff right there.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just bringing it up like I begin to wonder, though.
I think there's a clear path for the Cavs to get to the final. Sorry, wouldn't you agree? Just due to the East versus the West, right? And I would much rather be in the East. I wouldn't dismiss them. I wouldn't dismiss the Cavaliers. They're a dangerous team when they're healthy. They just choke in the playoffs.
When it comes to Ant, I think we saw Shea win his first ring at 26. I don't think that you have to hit the panic alarm yet. The Wolves have done all the right things. They've got the right ownership now with A-Rod and Mark Lore. I just don't. Being from Minnesota, I won't believe it till I see it. I've never seen a championship my whole life, obviously. I'll believe it when I see it. the Timberwolves have done the right things. Anthony Edwards is good enough to win a championship. It's just a matter of will the stars align? Injuries, all that type of stuff has to go on. 2 Western Conference Finals in a row, though. It's the peak of our whole franchise right now. So I'm not going to say burn it down in any case. I will trade a bunch of guys to get Giannis, though.
Put it this way. Imagine if the T-Wolves had a guy like Stephon Castle on their team. That's what you're missing. You're missing a guard.
Yeah,
you're missing an athletic, star-type, young, dangerous player. Not a caretaker, not a Mike Conley, not a Dante, but a real player. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're missing, in my opinion.
Well, that last guy that you just gave up, Dante, is on a team-friendly contract. He's probably the guy that has the most trade value to bring in a point guard. But then you're short on the wing position because guys like Terrence Shannon have not shown up the way that we expected them to. Jalen Clark hasn't been good enough on the offensive end to get it done. So the Wolves are having some problems. Every question mark that they had going into the season has turned into a thumbs down. And it's just one of those runs right now. It can turn quickly, and they've got enough depth to do it. They've shown last year. It's just without Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well, a big loss for the Timberwolves to have to build around.
All that being said, I like them plus the 6.5 tonight.
I mean, there you go.
I'm actually going to take I'm going to take a different spin on it. I'm going to look at the under of 229 because these two teams have played a couple times already this season. They've gone under on average by 10 points, averaging 218.5 so far in those matchups. And I expect this to be a low-scoring, competitive game. Every time these two teams play, it seems to be that way. The Timberwolves got knocked out by the Thunder, as we know, in the Western Conference Finals last year. This game's being played in Minnesota, and the Thunder just aren't clicking on all cylinders right now. They have a lot of guys out. AJ Mitchell's out, Alex Caruso's out, Jalen Williams is out now. It seems for the Thunder right now that they're kind of going through a midseason struggle. I expect them to get it back on the rails by the end of the season, but 229 in the NBA right now, where we've seen a lot of games go under as of late. We saw the total super inflated. The game started to go under. You take a peek at just the Timberwolves in their last 3 games. They're averaging 203 points in those games. 203 in today's modern NBA. That's well below 229. And you take a peek over at the Thunder. Their last 3 games have averaged 211. These two teams, I expect a competitive matchup from. They have 2 great offenses. They just haven't been clicking as of late. I'm going to roll with the under of 229.
The scoring has come down in the NBA. Not only the actual game itself, but the lines. That one's relatively low. You got a Phoenix game. I know no Devin Booker, but still 214.5. You got a Denver game,
Scott,
208.5.
I told you about a month ago. I said every year in the NBA, the same thing happens.
Yeah.
The second the polls close and the NBA All-Star voting is done, everything slows down. Everything just sort of hits that. All right. You know what I mean? There's like the frantic finish, get the votes in, put the numbers up, boom. Now it's like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. I mean, All-Star game, whatever. Didn't make it, made it, whatever. And now they're back to this. I'm telling you, the NBA, there's a real pattern to these dudes. They have this biorhythm, and you can feel it. I'm telling you, they're in their lull now, Scott. You're going to see it's going to continue.
It's the January
low
lull.
scoring,
It's the
weird games.
lull.
Yeah.
I agree.
How about Charlotte, Layton? The Lions, the boys in Vegas have finally bought into the Charlotte team, laying 3.5 on the road against Dallas.
Yeah, what's going on in Charlotte right now? This is pretty fun. They have the second best road point margin in a calendar month in NBA history right now. I think coming in at plus 149, 2 points off of first place. That's crazy. Who saw that coming with the Charlotte Hornets team that nobody expected to be doing anything in a plus side at all this season? They have 6 road wins of 15 or more in January. 2 teams ever have done that. Both teams won the championship. I think it was a previous Lakers and Bulls teams that had done that previously. And the Mavs are skidding a lot right now. They have a lot of guys out. Anthony Davis, as always, is injured. Najee Marshall, is also out tonight. Cooper Flagg, he's a guy that he is going to play tonight, it looks like, but he's been in and out of the rotation. Williams has been in and out of the rotation. A lot of guys that you just don't expect to be guys that miss as many games as they have, other than Anthony Davis. To miss as many as they have has been shocking for the Mavs. And for the Mavs to even be this competitive in the West still to this point without 2/3 of their money playing pretty much every single night is crazy. But the Hornets are going to continue to keep that road streak going tonight. 3.5 is a really small spread, even without Brandon Miller. I expect the Hornets to keep the mojo going, and and to finish out the month of January with maybe the record for the best margin on the road for a calendar month.
9-1 against the spread in back-to-back games as well, just for the record. The Charlotte Hornets coming into tonight.
Wow.
I believe it. They're good young core.
That's amazing. When a team, wants to play, a young team doesn't care about the ego and road trips. Who cares back to back? You can have success. Portland Trailblazers have a similar record game. Remember you and I brought that up last week. It's just effort.
Yeah.
It really is. So quick little break. We'll get Nick's thoughts on the NFL Super Bowl coming up on the other side. In-game live game day continues here on the grid.
Awesome.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still like it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe chatting with our good buddy Nick Hamady. Football talk here. Put the baskets aside for a second. Lines haven't moved. They generally don't unless there's like some major mistake the first week. Sort of storylines and injury reports and everything else. But 4.5 and 45.5 are the numbers. Obviously, the Seattle Seahawks, the favorites.
The totals moved a point, Scott. It was 46.5. That's a significant
did you see
number.
The 46
like
and
to move.
Yeah.
That's what it opened up at. Yeah, so 45 and a half now. That's a significant drop from 1 point. Goes to show the market moved it down, which I think the market is wrong. I hope they keep moving it down. But yeah, so that's the only move. But you're right, 4.5 hasn't moved.
Yeah. So what do you think, Nick? You grabbing the Patriots? You want to play them now? You want to take the Seahawks? You want to wait to see if the line moves? Where would you attack this one?
Yeah, if I could find a tease partner, I would absolutely tease the Patriots up to 10.5. But right now, even on the tease, to be able to get 4 plus the half a point, I'm actually going to roll with the Patriots plus 4.5. This becomes one of my favorite picks of a Super Bowl in recent history because, excuse me, you have the Patriots who are 9-0 on the road or in neutral site games this season. 9-0, undefeated. That's pretty crazy. And they get to go into San Francisco now in a game where they're going up against a team that a month ago nobody would have expected, well, I'll say 2 months ago, to be a 4.5 point Super Bowl favorite. I know this narrative of the Patriots haven't played anybody all season has picked up a lot of steam as of late, but they've played everybody on their schedule, and they've done a good job of doing so. We saw last week them taking care of a bad weather game at Mile High. I just think the Patriots are too good of a team, and the spread is too big to bet against them. I don't know if they're going to win this game. I think this game could go a field goal either side. So 4.5, Patriots plus 4.5. I'm going to respect Drake May and this Patriots defense and what Mike Vrabel's been able to do as well, enough to take them as a 4.5-point favorite against Sam Darnold, a quarterback that, being from Minnesota, I can see turning back into his regular self at any time.
Oh, it's going to be painful when Darnold wins the Super Bowl with the Seahawks for Viking fans.
Yeah. Thank God I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm in enough pain my whole entire life.
Yeah. And same thing, I'm a Bills fan. It'd be painful. Like Drake May would be the youngest quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl if they win, if he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What do you think about Drake May? Over under passing yards. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, speaking of Drake May, I'm looking at his over of 220.5 passing yards. And the reason being, I know Seattle's defense has a lot of hype, but we just saw Matt Stafford throw for 275 passing yards against the Seattle defense last week in a losing effort. You don't have to worry about the weather as much. I think 220.5 is a number that is in play for a loss or a win for Drake May. He's going to have to throw the ball to get this game won for the New England Patriots. And this game's going to have a lot of stoppages. There's going to be a lot of pre-scripted plays. It's a Super Bowl. There's a lot of entertainment. There's a lot of commercials, all that good stuff. I expect that to turn into some play action, maybe a couple trick plays, whatever it might be. It just takes one or two plays to really make a lopsided number on a 220.5 total. Drake May over 220.5 passing yards.
Love it.
All right. We look at the. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Scott, sorry to go back to the NBA, but I'm actually going to take a peek at another game that's about to tip off tonight with Peyton Watson to go over 19.5 points for the Denver Nuggets. Reason being, this becomes even more intriguing if Jamal Murray's banged up and out of this game. He is a game-time decision, so you got to keep an eye on that. But there's no Aaron Gordon, no Jokic, no Christian Brown. That's a lot of guys and a lot of shots missing. Peyton Watson led the Nuggets in shots last game. He scored 35 points the game before that. He's trending in a direction right now where he's becoming the second volume shooter for them with Jamal Murray in, and the main guy with Jamal Murray out. I like it, and I also love MPJ to get as many shots, rebounds, whatever you think he's going to do tonight. I think he's going to have a big game. I'm looking at MPJ to score well over his points total in this game. I think MPJ could go for 30 or 40 points.
Wow. All right. How about the over-under on that one? 208.5. The Nets are a monster under team, and the numbers on their games have come down, but Denver's a monster over team. I know nobody's playing, Nick, but you know what? They haven't missed a beat, basically, since the Joker has been out. I mean, they have a winning record. They're phenomenal against the spread. They're scoring. 208.5 for an NBA game? How's that not getting to 209?
Yeah, I have a little bit of a rule with the Nuggets right now, and it's don't take an over on the Nuggets unless Jokic is playing. And I'm going to stick to that for now because Jokic and that Nuggets offense absolutely roll every single night. But they're hit or miss right now. They're playing a little bit of a defensive style of basketball, more so with Jokic out of the lineup. Even Valanciunas has been banged up. It's pretty crazy what they've been able to do with a discounted roster. It shows that the depth that the Denver Nuggets have, as well as a team like OKC, who's dealt with so many injuries. And it just shows where they're at compared to a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves in the West, who haven't had very many injuries and still haven't been able to figure it out this season. So, yeah, I think it's a Nuggets team that has shocked everybody. And when they get Jokic and all these guys back, Aaron Gordon, so important as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's almost like whack-a-mole, right? Jokic is about to come back, and then Aaron Gordon gets hurt. So it's one of those deals. Right. Like, if they're healthy, they're super dangerous, and they still keep on covering. Speaking of which, too, Dylan Brooks has been out, but the Phoenix Suns are getting 3.5 points. They're the number one team against the spread in the National Basketball Association. Yet they don't get any respect, guys. What do you think, Nick? Like, as far as the Suns, like I said, people are like, yeah, well, can't continue, or yeah, well, Dylan Brooks is out, and there's always sort of an excuse not to take the Phoenix Suns. And, yeah, they did lose 2 games in a row, but it's not like they're in a free fall or anything like that. And they're getting 3.5 points tonight on their home court where they're 15-6.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys watch a lot of Pistons games?
No.
I don't know if you guys watch a lot of Pistons games.
Good. I know they are good,
the Pistons find a way to grind out these games every single night in games where it looks like they can't get it going at all. And this is a short spread for me, so it was a toss-up because the Pistons are a team, like we said, have one of the best records in the league. You don't know how they win. But like you just mentioned, they're going against a feisty Suns team that, for whatever reason, finds a way to get it done almost every night. This game's being played in Phoenix. If I had to choose, I would take Phoenix with the points. I'm definitely not betting against the Phoenix Suns right now, the way that they're playing. Probably the hardest playing team in the whole NBA right now.
They should start putting the Pistons on national television more, right? Same with the Raptors. First time the Raptors have been flexed into national television against Orlando on Friday. The first time all
Best
year.
record in the Eastern Conference. Amazing. Dick, great job as always.
No
Man, appreciate it. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still like it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Nick Cameron. Check out his work, podcast. He's the host of Tiny Nick's Giant Picks podcast and writer over at ZoneCoverage.com, joining us as he does from time to time, handing out hopefully a couple of winners here. So with that said, closing out hour number 1, let's take a peek here, Gabe, at the NBA. Since we were talking a little NBA, anything jump off the board as far as in-game stuff? We talked obviously the game starting here a little bit. Pretty good hunch bet. You brought it up there in passing. It's amazing if you start delving into these things. I love hunch bets. I really do. You got Con Knipple for Charlotte going up against Cooper Flag for Dallas. Obviously buddies with their Dookie Pukey days from last year. Not a bad little, if you're into player props, point totals for both those guys, especially Knipple, who, obviously took a little bit of a backseat. Maybe this is just his way of I'm going to show you. I'm going to go for 30 tonight, you dope. I would play both, but maybe a little bit more on Knipple.
Well, they are good friends, so they're excited. They're excited to play each other. They're good friends. The thing is, Cooper Flag is overpriced already. He's injured as well. I'm actually surprised he's playing, to be honest with you, but I guess it's the game he would want to play. Knipple has cooled off a little bit as well. I mean, the kid can shoot. No one's disputing that, but he has cooled off a little bit. I didn't play it. I didn't play either of them tonight.
He's got 12 already. 12 of the 24 already.
And I didn't play Charlotte tonight either. I got scared off. The fact that Miller was out, I was like, man, they're 9-1 in back-to-back, though. They've been so good in back-to-back games, right? But it's almost like, Rob, and I was looking at like, so I bet.
Brandon Miller, he's playing tonight, actually, Miller.
Is he in the lineup right now?
Yeah, can't trust the NBA. You just can't trust the NBA.
Really, Miller was going to be out. I was going to bet on Miller's prop tonight too. The guy scored 20 or more in 8 straight games. But I saw he had a bad ankle, and they're like, "Well, he's questionable. Is he going to play tonight?" And I see he's got 5 points right now early. So, yeah, it looks like they're off and running. Charlotte are like one of the best. I think they're the best under team in the league now, actually. And look, it's a low scoring. It's pretty. It's 28-16 right now. That's one of people think of Charlotte and they're flashing stuff, but they're actually winning because of defense as well. They're very athletic.
Still got a ways to. They're kind of like the Buffalo Sabres, right? They're playing so well, but they still got a ways to go. They're sitting on the outside looking in. Yeah, a long ways. They're sitting
like
in
11 games under 500 or whatever. What are they? 18 and 29, 19 and 29. No, they are
20 and 28. 20 and 28.
20 and 28. All right, so
4 in a row, 7 and 3 their last 10, but they're sitting in the 11 hole. So they're not even in that play-in game situation.
They're only like 2.5, 3.5 out now, though. Whatever. We brought it up the other night. I think it's 3.5 coming into tonight. Right, so they got the teams ahead of them. Who was it? The Bulls, the Bulls
Hawks.
of the world, the Heat of the world, the Hawks of the world.
Magic.
Are they better than them? Probably not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Miami. Maybe Miami implodes. Like, I don't think Miami are that good, like, to be honest, to begin with, right? I think they overachieved early in the year.
The question now is that you don't think it's going to happen. The question now, if you're an NBA bettor, is who do you think Giannis is going to get traded to? Assuming it's a halfway decent team, because now you want to bet them. Because if it is the Knicks, right? The Knicks are 15-1. They won't be 15-1 if they get Giannis or the Celtics or the Denver, whoever it is. So you're gonna have to kind of like, if you could get that team now at good odds, then they trade for him, and he decides he's gets traded this year.
He gets traded to the Miami Heat. They're not winning the title, even if he gets traded to the Heat.
Probably not. What are the Heat right now? 80-1. At 80-1, though, in the Eastern Conference, it's worth a flyer.
Look, your point is correct. I'm not disputing your point. I'm just sort of thinking like, but the Miami Heat, he wouldn't win. Like, it's not automatic. He would win whatever team they go to either, right? It would have to be that. If he went to the Knicks, that would be lethal. Let's be real. Like, if the Knicks, have to give up Karl Anthony. If you're replacing Giannis, Karl Anthony Towns with Giannis, and you have to bite the bullet and give up Josh Hart as well or something, fine, right? You'd be a serious load to deal with. There's a few teams, right? Like, let's say he got dropped to the Golden State Warriors, right? Which people
or Golden
think.
State, right.
Do they automatically win?
100-1.
With Draymond, Curry, and Giannis? That doesn't win. That doesn't even get him out of the West, in my opinion. But you're bang on. The 80-1 will become freaking 12-1 or 8-1.
Yeah,
like it really will. Play a lottery ticket on who he goes to. Yeah.
Hour number 2 coming up next.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right. You got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah. You're still like, it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now at 3:30 in the morning. We're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like, it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Gabe, as always, are here Monday through Friday. So time for a little late night pickoff. We started with our opening pickoff. Actually, a few more games. I like the 9 o'clock schedule a little bit more than we kind of forced things a little bit in the 8 o'clock schedule. We'll update those. But first up, late night pickoff, college basketball. This is one of those that's got sucker game written all over it. I know it. I got UNC Wilmington and the Colonial taking on Towson, which sucks. And somehow or another, Towson's actually favored. And UNC Wilmington is one of the best teams in the conference. I'm getting a 1.5. Like I said, I know it's got sucker written all over, but give me UNC Wilmington plus a 1.5 at Towson.
I'm going to start off with a hockey game right now. That's actually, you got time to get it in, so I'll do it quickly so we can move on. But give me the Ducks tonight, and the line is going to continue to climb. Give me the Ducks tonight to beat the Vancouver Canucks. But a hockey game, and it's not on my list, so I'll throw it out here, is the San Jose Sharks and the Edmonton Oilers. The time of this game threw me off with the 9:07 type thing. I thought it was like 9:30 or whatever, but like 9:07 tonight. Sharks Oilers over first period. In fact, I think this is the first 7 I've seen, Scott. And I haven't seen a 7 this year. So I see an even 7 as far as the total at Bet365 is concerned right now. First period is -170. Over 1.5, but I'm going to play. If you remember, it was -170 with the San Jose Sharks and the Vancouver Canucks 2 nights ago. And for the record, it was 3-1 after the first period. So there was 4 goals. I think we have a similar situation tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2-2 after the first period with San Jose and Edmonton. Over 1.5 in the first period.
All right, I'm going to grab the Sharks. Same thing. You know what? They're playing good hockey. They're 10-4 their last 14. Things really haven't shifted that much with Anaheim and San Jose. The boys in Vegas really just have never taken to these teams. I'm getting plus 50 and change. I know Edmonton is good, especially at home. I get that, but you know what? And they've won 7 straight against the Sharks at home. But this is a different Sharks team. Give me San Jose plus decent odds at Edmonton.
We're going to go with another over 1.5 in the first period. The Anaheim Ducks and the Vancouver Canucks. Like I said, the Sharks scored 3 goals in the first period on Vancouver the other night. Vancouver are like pretty much a rock bottom right now, right? And I know the fans aren't. The fans are actually in a pretty good mood. It's pretty crazy because they have the top pick of the draft, but the players are not in a good mood. It's not a fun. Everybody's hurt. People want to get traded. It's like, he got traded. Can I get traded? Like, right? It's one of these type of deals right now with this team. But, every once in a while they're going to win, though, right? Remember you and I had that, against that Washington game. I don't feel that tonight. These young, you can catch, like Vancouver will beat a veteran team that are struggling, like the Blues or something like. The younger teams that are trying to win and make a name for themselves are harder to deal with. San Jose are trying to make a name for themselves. Anaheim are battling for a playoff spot and stuff. Like, Anaheim are going to score a bunch of goals tonight. Give me the over 1.5 in the first period.
All right. I got the same game. In fact, I'm going to double down on this. First up, let's grab Anaheim. Same thing. Regurgitate the number. They're 7-1 their last 8. Vancouver 1-14 their last 15 games.
They've only won 5 home games all year.
Yeah,
all year.
Yeah, the worst home record. That is amazing.
Some
This is
teams
like
win
the
5
end
games
of
on a
January.
homestand, Scott. It's like, yeah, we went 5-2 on our homestand. It's like they were 5 all year. They won 5 home games.
So I'm going to use this game. We talked about it yesterday, right? I'm taking Anaheim plus
with the Super Bowl?
the change with the Super Bowl. If you use an Anaheim minus 142 right now on FanDuel and Seattle minus the 235, which is a little pricey. I've seen offshore books at 225. It's plus 142. So that's going to be my first one. We're throwing 1 or 2 of these a day. Hopefully, you're not going to win them all, but, we put 1 or 2 in a day. Hopefully I have 6, 7, 8, 9, depending on how many times we do it, sitting in my back pocket on a Seattle money line. So Anaheim, Seattle's plus 142.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we're going to go over 1.5 in the first period with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Seattle Kraken tonight.
Nice.
We're in an NHL mood this evening. Listen, this is the absolute positively has to change if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs right now, right? Like they're on the brink. What are they, 8 points back? Like it's real now. Like it sort of gets overblown because they're the Leafs, but no, it's serious now. Like you're a couple of games away from being buried if you fall behind by 12 points or something. They sucked at home. It was a disastrous. I don't know if you saw their head coach's face, Craig Berube. It's all busted up and stuff. Yeah, the guy he claims he fell lifting weights, but whatever happened, I'm not calling him a liar. I'm just stating that they never tell the truth about injuries, these people. I've been around athletes a lot. Like, they never will tell you what really happened. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, it's like, he said he had an accident in the gym. It's like, yeah, but dude, like you got you scarred all over the place. Like an accident in the gym is like, yeah, I twisted my back, or like if you look at him, it looks like he was in a barroom brawl type thing. Like it's got like black eyes.
It's amazing he's not in the hospital gate.
Yeah,
it's amazing he's not in a hospital bed.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, why are you letting him coach tonight? Like it's a bad look for your team because everyone's gonna laugh and go, "Oh, your team, I did it. I took the still shot and said, oh, symbolic of the Leaf season." Got a million hits on it. You know what I mean? Everybody, ha, ha, ha. Like, everybody was doing it. I wasn't an original thought of mine. I reposted whatever. Like, everyone was doing it. Like, and I was like, guys, you guys are in a losing streak. Your coach is like, your coach looks like he got the living crap kicked out of him. Like, just say, listen, you got to take a couple of days off, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to be assistant coach because you look too, beat up on TV. Like, it's a bad look.
He's got a black
Plus, we have a player that gave the finger to the camera the other day. Like, we're losing control.
Yeah, I saw that, too. That was kind of like a goofy thing. Let the poor guy alone. No big deal. But,
well, it wasn't in his private life, Scott. He's in the press box during the game.
I know, but he was probably drinking a little bit.
If Cam Newton did that or an NBA player did that, you would flip out. If an NBA player gave the finger to the camera on the bench, you would flip out.
It wasn't a nasty finger. It was one of those
it wasn't a nasty finger.
It was almost like he was like
mean.
It's like a kid throwing a rock against the glass window.
There's only one kind of finger.
He didn't give him the F sign, cross the arms there.
And he kind of grinned when he did it. He kind of grinned when he did it.
He was like a 12-year-old, right? He's like a 12. Oh, the camera's on me. I'll give you the finger, not realizing that. Okay.
He got fined $5,000. That's the league maximum.
Wow.
They could fine him. It's like, oh wow,
that's an expensive finger. Right, that's an expensive finger.
Like, no, if it was me, if I was the Leafs, I would have went old school hard ass. I would have suspended him for a game. I would have said, you're an embarrassment to our organization. Something needs to change there. Like, it's a laughing stock. Like, you think it's funny? Like, what's so funny about this? We suck. Right. Like, you're laughing it up in the press box, like giving a finger like a kid, like to the camera. We got fans paying $800 to watch you guys lose every night. What do you think is so funny?
They're in last place, Gabe. They're in last place. They're
give me the over 1.5 in the first
place.
period tonight. And you know why they suck? They can't keep the puck out of the net. They've lost 7-4, 4-1, 6-3, 2-1, 6-3. They won 4-3. They lost 6-5. They lost 6-1. Notice the pattern. Wow. They can't keep the puck out of the net, right? They're going to lose tonight, but give me the over 1.5 goals in the first period. But I think the Kraken beat them.
All right. My last one, real quickly. We talked about. I'm going to go over in the Brooklyn-Denver game. Yeah, look, I looked it up, and Denver scores last 4 games have come down a little bit, but this is such a low number, and the Nets suck. Chances are this has got 120, 100, maybe even 110, 100, 208 and a half, 209 and a half for an NBA game. I'll take my chances it goes over.
We're going to go late night special, so everyone's got time for this one. Although it's not a Hawaii bailout, it's not on the islands. It's at UC Irvine, California. These two teams are very evenly matched. Hawaii are playing really good basketball this year, and they actually do win on the mainland. They're not terrible on the road. I think they're 2-3 this year, but they've only played 5 games. These two teams though just played a couple of weeks ago. It was 67-66 Warriors. Tonight, UC Irvine get their payback.
Got a story about that, interesting, on the other side. More coming up.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel, all right? You got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? It's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. Yeah. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. It's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. So our late night pickoff is underway. One thing about that Hawaii game, I do like Gabe. I mentioned this many times. After the show, get a bite to eat. Put a late game on or two, and do my notes. I start my notes for the next day, and you get to see the opening lines. That Hawaii game. Now, Hawaii, remember, they're the number 1, or I think they're number 2 now because the last game did go over. They were the number 1, 2, whatever the case may be, under team at all of college basketball, right? That line opened up at 138.5 last night. Or at least that's the first I saw it. It's up to 143.5. It moved 5 points to the over. When you got a monster under team that the line is going the other way, that's a clear sign for me to either stay away or bet with it. But that's a little strange for an under team.
What happened last week? Everybody was talking, Hawaii, and the game sailed over the number, Hawaii.
Way over.
Right?
Yeah.
It just
and then
shot
their next
over.
game went over, too. Their next game went over as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you're aware of this because you're aware of over and under teams. UC Irvine are another smash mouth under team. Like UC Irvine games used to be like 56-50, like type thing.
Yeah.
They kind of adapted, and now it's more in the 60s. Yet they have higher scoring games too. But you want to look at it's weird, Scott. You talked about the movement up. Hawaii are 13-4 to the under on the season. The Anteaters are 12-7 to the under on the season,
including 5-1 their last 6.
You have a combined 25-11 to the under combined between these two teams. They just played, as I stated. They recently played like 10 days ago. What was the exact date? It was recent. It was January 11th. So whatever, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, whatever, 2 weeks ago. January 11th, 67-66. They got to 133 only.
Why is it going up then?
Like why tonight is it going to suddenly get into the 70s? And you know Irvine's going to be jacked up tonight. And Hawaii's going to be jacked up to say, no, we got to beat them again for the standings. Like, yeah, I'm not running to the window to bet over 143.5 here. Like, this could be another rock fight between these two.
This is weird, right? I mean, I know it's Hawaii, UC Irvine, but an over-under.
That's one of those what do they know things, right? The people that are betting it.
Yeah. And it was a methodical. It wasn't a 138.5 and then, it's 143.5 because something happened. No, I've seen it all day go from 138.5 to 140.5, 141.5. I saw it at 142.5, and I just looked 2 seconds ago, and it was up to 143.5.
Irvine's coming off a nice win, too. They're coming off a nice win. I like you, this San Diego team. Like, there's a bunch of San Diego teams, but UC San Diego. You got the Toreros, you got San Diego State, and you got UC San Diego. And UC San Diego coming off a nice UC Irvine coming off a nice win against them. They're a good team. I like them tonight, actually, incidentally, on the money line, because they do play a lot of close games. But I like UC San Diego tonight. But Irvine's coming off a nice win against them at San Diego. They smoked Riverside at Riverside. Now they're back home. They were rolling until they went on their little road trip. UC Irvine. They were on quite a run. And in fact, they had won 5 in a row. They went to Hawaii. They lost. And then they went to UC Davis, which UC Davis is kind of like the only school out of their little bubble, right? It's in, it's like San Francisco, essentially, UC Davis. It's the Bay Area. So most of these schools, Scott, like if you're in LA, bro, like it's like the high school circuit or something. You're like, oh, there's Riverside. All right, we'll get on the bus. In 40 minutes, we're going to be at Irvine. You know what I mean? Like, all right, Loyola Marymount's right, downtown. Let's go. Like it's
like North Carolina,
all USC, UCLA. UCLA is in Brentwood's in a nice area, but like we're talking sort of like Texas. In LA, bro, there's like you can't go like 2 blocks without. Oh yeah, that's I didn't know that. That's where they play, huh? Like it's one of those type of deals. They're all over the place. So it catches them off guard. You're in San Francisco. It's sort of a real road trip for you. But now they got back in their little bubble, right, at Riverside and San Diego. They won again. I think they beat Hawaii tonight. But I might tempt fate, Scott. Let's tempt the so-called sharps. Let's go under the number.
All right. Yeah. I mean, listen, if it goes over, it's one of those bets where you say, man, I knew it. I knew it. But then if it goes under, then I'm like, what, am I crazy? Not betting it? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but you know what I like to do? In a spot like that, I thought you were going to say, because I didn't know. I wasn't monitoring the total, so I didn't know which way you were going with it. I was surprised when you said, yeah, it opened at 138.5. I thought you were going to say, now it's 133.5. Or now it's 134.5. And that's when I would have liked to buy back in on the over. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I would like to say, you know what? The odds makers made it this. All of you guys made it that. I'm going to go with what the odds makers did. And I'm almost feeling the same way right now. The odds maker said 138.5, right? They didn't say 143.5. They said 138.5. All of you made this 143.5. I'm going to say under 138.5.
Yeah. I wonder why. Like, who looks at that game, breaks it down, and says, all right, give me the over. It screams under. That's the only, like, weird thing, right? I mean, why are people betting the over on that? All of a sudden they injected life into these offensive programs.
We can't overthink it. Can't overthink things too much. Like UFC fights, they talk about that. We overthink things. But one thing I did not overthink, and I told all you guys, San Jose Sharks, Edmonton Oilers should be early goals in the game. Boom, boom, boom. Said I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2-2 after the first period. it was 2-0 after 2 minutes.
Wow.
It's 2-0 San Jose. San Jose have exploded early. Like, they literally scored, like, right away. Boom, boom. So what's the new line here now? It's, wow, the Oilers are plus 160. You said you were on the Sharks, too, right?
FanDuel. Yeah, I'm on the Sharks, yeah.
I didn't play a side. I only did the
Seattle.
I like these 1.5, Scott. They're nice, early, nice wins.
Yeah.
Boom, cash it, you know?
It's not bad. I kind of like that. I thought
Except the
Florida was going
Panthers
to
are
win
losing
tonight.
to the Blues.
Yeah, 4-2.
Pathetic. Canadians are smoking the Avalanche. The Avs are like, it's real now with the Avs. They're in a slump.
Yeah.
They're in a slump.
Islanders beating the Rangers again. 2-1. 10 minutes left. And then they're getting the home sweep.
He's still not getting shut up.
Automatic.
There might be a riot in MSG. You're going to have to fire me. You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still like it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now at 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. There's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. Yeah. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Just kind of looking at things. It's kind of funny. If you were a casual hockey bettor, you don't break it all down like Gabe and I do. Just like you call your local Louis DeLip and you say, you know what, give me Colorado tonight. Colorado's playing great, right? Yeah, they're playing Montreal. Give me Colorado. Loser. All right, you know what, give me Carolina at home. Carolina doesn't lose at home against the Utah Mammoth, for goodness sakes. Loser so far anyway. Rangers at home against the Islanders. They always beat the Islanders. The Islanders stink. Give me the Rangers then. Loser so far. 2-1 they trail. Give me the Kings. Kings are a great team. Buffalo stinks, right? Give me LA tonight. Losing 3-1 to Buffalo. I mean, up and down. Give me the 2-time defending champs. They need a win tonight, local Louis. They're taking on the battle St. Louis Blues team. Give me Florida.
But you sound
losing.
See, you would sound like a boomer betting, Scott, because times change, times adapt, right? That's the whole thing. Suddenly, right, the Buffalo Sabres don't suck anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
the Rangers aren't any good.
Yeah, the Rangers aren't very good, so it's not a surprise they're losing. The Islanders are. there's a bunch of surprises. Hey, listen, it's not a surprise the Penguins are winning tonight, but as a whole, this Penguins team this year has been a massive shock. And they're going into the Olympic break strong right now. They're beating the Blackhawks 6-1. 6-1 right now. Buffalo Sabres as well, guys. Like, they had work to do. We talked about it. They went on a 14-2 run, and they actually got to the playoffs, but they were only, like, right there. They lost one game, and then, boom, they got right back at it. Right? They just keep winning, man. They went into Toronto, and they're getting good wins, too. It's not just like they're winning. Like, oh, yeah, they beat Columbus, or they beat a couple of, whatever. Like, no. It's like, man, say what you will about the Toronto Maple Leafs, but it's not easy. Like, the Sabres haven't generally gone in there and just smoked it like them and said, all right, screw you, Toronto. We're better than you now. Right? And beating them. LA Kings are a good team, Scott. And the LA Kings are a really good road team. They're, they've been up 3-1 all night. Like, the Sabres are the real deal right now. Like, the Sabres are getting to the point. Same with the Islanders, where it's like, I wouldn't want to have to play them in the playoffs, but the Sabres still have work to do. The Islanders will be interesting in the playoffs, Scott, because no one will believe in them. So we're going to get value with them. And they are making the playoffs, the Islanders.
And they got a goalie that can carry them. That's really the main thing with the Islanders, right? And Buffalo game, to me, is getting to the point where it's like, well, what the hell happened to you the first month and a half of the season? You're obviously a good year. You would still a good team. You would stand the test of time here. You're on a nice little roll for a month plus. Why the hell weren't you like this to start the season? What happened? What clicked?
How many teams can you say that about, though, right? Well, how come we didn't do that before? Like, that's the
right?
I'm looking at the standings now.
Though. What
they're
happened
further back than I thought, actually, because they were sort of, they're back now. It's so tight right now. All right, they're in right now. As of right now, they're actually in. But it's precarious. Like, they're tied with the Canadians. Like, so they're right there, Scott. They got 65 points. They're in. They got to keep winning, and the Sabres will get in.
They are, though, Gabe, without thinking, they break it all down. They might be the number one team that says, man, we don't want this Olympic break. We're playing great. We don't want to stop playing for 3 weeks.
Great point.
What are we doing?
Oh, you're going to come back. You're going to be like,
let's petition the NHL.
Right. I'm going to fade them when we come out of the break. You're right. Good call. They're the one team. You'd be like, we haven't been good in 20 years. Like, they literally have the longest streak in pro sports out of any team that hasn't made the playoffs.
Yes.
Like, like Sacramento, Colorado, whatever. Like the New York Jets. Think of any bad team you name. No, Buffalo's been longer. They haven't made the playoffs in like 15 years, 16 years, whatever now. Like, you're right, Scott. Like, so they're on the verge. They're good. They're rolling.
Finally good.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, by the way, we're going to shut it down for 22 days. We'll see you in 3 weeks. You're like, no.
You think you're good now. No, don't.
It's like the virgin that's never gotten laid before. And he's like with some supermodel, and they close in the bar. All right, last call, everybody out. No, I'm just getting her number.
I'm getting it,
Like, no. Like, there's this. And not to mention, I don't want to be ghoulish about it, but they've got a couple of guys in the Olympics, too. Just saying, like, it'd be like, oh boy, like Rasmus Dahlin gets hurt, Scott. They got problems, you know what I'm saying? Like
Tage
Thompson. Tage Thompson. Like, it always happens. I hate to say it too. I can't deny it. Somebody's getting hurt in the Olympics. It's gonna happen. Same with the Four Nations. Like, there were dudes that were like, and they don't want to admit it after because they know it upsets their team, so they're kind of secret. But I kind of broke my forearm. I don't want to tell you about it though. Like, they kind of lie about it. No, I'm good. They're like, damn, man.
Hockey, NFL.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. You're still like, it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now at 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like, it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
if there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. There's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But, these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. Yeah. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid, halfway through hour number 2. Let's talk a little pucks, maybe a little NFL as well with a good buddy SportsGrid host. You see it here all the time here on the grid, Mr. Tom Vecchio. What's going on, Tom? Gabe and I were talking before you came on about the Buffalo Sabres, who are winning again tonight, having this great run, right? First time in 15, 20 years. They got a good hockey club, and now they got the Olympic break. They got to shut it all down for 3 weeks. Right? I mean, geez, how tough is that going to be for Buffalo, Tom?
I mean, the last thing winning teams want is to have time off. And, the first thing that teams that are on a losing streak or injured teams want would be that time off. So, yeah, certainly a tough draw for Buffalo just circumstantially. But it is good to see them finally doing well. Whether or not they make the playoffs is yet to be seen. But at least they're competent this year, and they look good.
You know what? It's been since the 2010-2011 season. 2010. Yeah. Wow. So we said it's been 15, 16 years. It literally has been. Longest drought in pro sports out of the 4 pro sports leagues of a team not making the playoffs. And they got diehard fans, similar to the Bills. They're all Bills fans, but similar to the Bills, very diehard, passionate about the Sabres. And, yeah, it's like a football team. It was a great point, Scott. It's like a football team, right, Tom? Even, Brady Cannon talks about that all the time. It's one of his big fades, right? A team that's doing well, going into the bye, stumbling out of the bye. The team that's, not doing well going into the bye, getting it done coming out of the bye. But tough spot. But hopefully if they're safe for the Sabres, they don't get anyone hurt. And on the flip side of that, Scott, all right, we're thinking, and I understand you almost sound like a Buffalo sport fan, thinking about the negative. Because trust me, they're going to say the same thing. Well, something bad's going to happen. Darlene's going to get hurt. Tate Thompson's going to get hurt. Something's going to. But they also have 3 weeks to figure out. Maybe they bring in Panarin, right? I mean, don't forget, guys. You're going to have 3 weeks of these NHL GMs just diabolically calling each other, man. After drinks, they're going to be drunk at nighttime. Hey. So what are you doing anyways? You ain't watching the Olympics? Yeah. So who's available on your team anyways? Let's talk. It's going to be an interesting time the break because there's the trade freeze, right, Tom, coming up.
Right.
So it's all the Rangers are let's not rush this. Right, we'll do it during the Olympic break and coming out of the break, boom, boom. You know what I mean? It'll be announced and all that. So it's going to be fun in the NHL, guys. Usually the NHL is kind of boring with trades and stuff like that, but I get the feeling this year could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, last year Rantanen was the big one, and obviously he got traded twice. But the Panarin really comes down to, at least everything that I've read, is he wants an extension. So it really just comes down to what team has the space to give him an extension of $10+ million, starting next year. Really, that's what I think. And it obviously comes down to the return that the Rangers, want to get back. Like, realistically, he's worth a top prospect and a first at least, like at a minimum, if not much more. As a Rangers fan, I would like to see them also move Trocheck because Trocheck's super solid. He plays both ways. He plays on the PK. He's awesome at faceoffs. Like some playoff-bound team wants a player like Vinny Trocheck.
Let me just throw something out here, guys, because in the Canadian market, hockey is king and stuff, so they're all over this, right? I can tell you here, it's being reported that Panarin's camp has reached out to 3 teams specifically: Anaheim, LA, and the San Jose Sharks.
Anaheim pulled themselves out.
Reportedly, the Ducks can't do it, and the Washington Capitals have severe interest in this as well.
Right.
Interesting note that he wants California. It says it all. Yeah. If I'm the LA Kings, he was born to be an LA King. The Kings love guys like him. So he was born to be an LA King. San Jose would be interesting, but they got a bunch of young studs already. Right? Do they want to commit that type of money? I wouldn't if I was them personally.
Right.
I would do it if I was the Kings.
Right. The rumor that I saw earlier for the Kings was they want Pettersson from Vancouver. Like, Kopitar's on his way out. We know it's his last season. They need another center, but you also need to pair that center with a lot of talent around him. And, like, if they can have both and they can make it work, that would be a really good fit.
You're telling me, Tom?
Quentin Byfield, hasn't developed at the same rate that I thought he was going to develop, but they need more scoring. They're at the bottom of the league in offense.
Can we get a full shot of me here, guys? Yeah, you're telling me my Pettersson jersey is going to have to go. I think it is. That was a bad buy, that one. I swung for the wrong horse when I got this one. Yeah, that's going to have to go. Listen, the Canucks loved him. He makes so much money that people in Vancouver don't like him. He needs a fresh start. You know what I mean? He really does. He's a good player. We'll see in the Olympics if that provides a spark for him, but he's going to get traded. I'm hearing Seattle Kraken are interested in Pettersson, Carolina Hurricanes in Pettersson. He's a great player, Tom. The only thing is he makes like $12 million a year. Like, he literally makes like 11.9 a year type thing.
Yeah, and I know from like a very like strict perspective, it's like when players make $9, $10, $11 million and they're scoring 50 or 60 points, like that's just unacceptable. Like, if you're going to be paid as one of the top guys, you need to be producing like one of the top guys. And like, don't give me like the whole intangible argument. Like, to an extent, that's good at times and it can work in the playoffs. But if you're being paid $12 million a year, you can't score 70 points. That's just bad contract. You could find guys that get paid $7 million to score you 70 points.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. Any reason to not? Speaking of Vancouver, any reason to not bet Anaheim tonight? Laying $1. It's up to $1.46. It's going higher and higher here. But on the road with the Ducks.
The only pushback I would have is just like the Ducks are wildly inconsistent. Like, they started off the season super strong. Then like a couple of weeks ago, they're on that 8, 9, 10 game losing streak, whatever it is. And they've kind of like found their level since then. But the Ducks are just a young team and they're going through it. Like, they have the highs and the lows. So frankly, I would play the Ducks. I don't know what the 60-minute money line is off the top of my head. If I could check that quick on FanDuel.
Probably not even.
Great logo,
plus
70 points.
Plus 110. Like, my argument would be for the Ducks is if you can get plus money on them, sign me up. Because I just don't want to lay it with a team that's like kind of just been all over the place.
Nice job by a graphics team on that. I love that new Duck logo, but the Canucks are sharp. You guys picked some nice logos. The Ducks are knocking out of the park with their marketing now. Look at that. You got the angry duck mask with the hockey stick and stuff. Yeah, they got you got the duck before the game. What is it, Ben? Ben the Duck. He plays the drums. Scott, you ever seen him?
No.
They literally have a duck, and he with his he bangs the drum before the game. They bring a duck out. They hold this big duck. Yeah, Ben the Duck. They hold him. It's like Benny Good. He hits the drum. They got a good thing going on. They hand out those masks to their fans and stuff. Their owner's doing a good job there.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them, right? That's a good franchise that needs a winner anyway. So they can have a lot of fun with that. Ooh, Carolina came back and tied up Utah 4-4. How about that?
Doesn't help us with the Florida Panthers, though, does it? No, I was going to say, I was hoping you said,
Panthers scored 4-3.
We got 3 minutes left. We got 3 minutes left. Got a shot.
That second period. They're still in the second, believe it or not. So.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I was like, oh, there's 3 minutes left in the game here. Second period. All right, I'm panicking for nothing. We got time.
Pretty good one in Vegas. Vegas and Dallas. The Stars slumping there, obviously, for a few weeks here now. Tom, any thoughts on that one?
Vegas, I don't like teams that are, first game home after a long road trip, and that's what Vegas was on. It was also a bit of an emotional road trip for them with, Marner returning to Toronto.
True.
So, yeah, I don't love this. Like, I don't love the spot for Vegas. If they had been at home for a couple of days, it's just going to be the best game of the night to watch blankly. So, give me Dallas at plus money in 60 minutes because I just want to shoot for as much plus money as possible. I'll take a smaller unit size on it and go for that. If you want to go on the complete opposite end, play this game to go to overtime. Like, I think I want just as much plus money. I don't want to be laying juice anywhere.
Any other picks that you want to throw out before we leave?
T-Wolves Thunder guys tipping off now. Just a reminder.
T-Wolves Thunder. No, not for that, but looking towards Seattle. Like, Leafs should not be the favorite.
All right, Seattle basically picked up that home against Toronto. Tom, great job as always, man. We'll do it again soon. Thanks.
You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right, you got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah, you're still like it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. Yeah. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live. Game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe. Let's take a peek at the NBA. See if we can find some winners here because we do have the big game of the night. Oklahoma City and Minnesota tipping off here. I'm trying to find the goofy angles that we missed with the Cooper Flag and Knipple matchup. I don't know if there's anything really OKC and Minnesota. I like that line's down to 3.5. I don't know if they've tipped off and OKC is falling behind, but that was a 6-point line, 6.5. Oh, okay. 3-0, and you bought yourself 3 points. Wow. How crazy is that?
Minnesota hit a 3 to start the game. Who was it that hit the 3? I'm not even sure. Let's see. I'm just logging in here now. I'm clicking away at the last second. I got Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds. We talked about it earlier. Naz Reid over 6.5 rebounds. Anthony Edwards over 2.5 3-point shots made, although it is minus 180. It's 3.5 plus 125 or over 2.5. And I did roll with the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, Scott. Oklahoma City are battling to win basketball games. They're beat up. They're missing starters. And, they're still a good team. They're still a great team, but it doesn't mean they're going to win and cover every night. And they haven't been covering. And now they got to win this game by 7 points on the road tonight. Give me the Timberwolves plus the points.
Big matchup with Charlotte and Dallas. I'll update it. Knippel's got 19. They're at the half. Knippel's got 19. They're giving us 28.5. And then Flag has 25, and they're giving us 37.5. So does it continue, or do they go back to playing like, normal basketball? It's only 59-58, so it's not like it's 75-70. Like, these guys are doing all the scoring. Does that continue?
We got quite the game. I think that if one of them would continue more than the other one, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think it's Cooper Flag.
Right.
Flag has, dropped a couple of these 40-point games and stuff like that, and it's pretty clear Charlotte can't stop him. So I'm going to say Cooper Flag. Good call by bringing these games up. I wanted to get in on that. I hate missing out on it because, like I said, I saw it earlier in the day, and I was like, oh, it's Knippel and Flag, and these guys are good friends. And I saw, they're super excited to play against each other and to see each other and blah, blah, and all that type of stuff. And I was like, all right, they're going to go up. But I didn't know if Cooper Flag was even playing tonight, Scott.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure he was going to play.
It's a crapshoot with these guys. Yeah, it's a crapshoot with these guys.
Miller was questionable, probable. He's out, he's in, whatever, dude. Like you said, these NBA, sometimes you just sort of move on. You're like, all right, I don't want to have to worry about if he's playing or if he's on a limit restriction or any of this type of stuff. So I hate jumping in on missing a good number, but I don't think it stops for Cooper Flag. Like, if you look at Charlotte, Scott, they've got more other guys that can score as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you got Brandon Miller. Like, Brandon Miller's got 20 or more points in 8 straight games. His prop is 24.5 right now. It was 20.5 tonight. He's at 16 already. So he could score. LaMelo Ball, he could score. Miles Bridges could score. Right? You've got guys. If you look at the Dallas Mavericks lineup, who can really score for them? Who do they have?
Yeah.
Caleb Martin, Daniel Gafford, Max Christie, P.J. Washington. You know what I mean? Klay Thompson.
Nobody.
They got a bunch of scrubs. Let's call it out for what it is, right? And you got Cooper Flag. So I'll say that Cooper Flag scores another 14 points in the second half. I'm going to go over Cooper Flag.
And he's got 25. He's shooting well, too. He's not taking a ton of shots, believe it or not, as far as 9 of 13. So that's pretty. Even Knippel's, 6 of 7. So neither one are really being a ball hog as far as throwing up, 25 shots here.
Good game, though, 59-58.
Yeah.
Close game.
Yeah.
Can Charlotte pull it off? Again, like I said, they're 9-1 against the spread back-to-back. It's the number one in the NBA ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers, who were 8-1-1, surprisingly enough, in back-to-back spots. But Dallas are a scrappy team. If they were healthy and they had their players, but if ends and butts were candies and nuts, right?
Yeah.
They never are healthy. It's like, if Kyrie Irving was here and AD was here, you would be really good. Yeah, but they're not. They won't be. And whatever. You'll get Irving back and then AD will get hurt or vice versa or whatever. Both those players, right, they went for the gloss of Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. Yeah, in a video game on paper, it's great, but in the real world, it just doesn't work.
That's why, there's talk of him being traded. I mean, you'd have to be nuts to trade for Anthony Davis. I mean, you really, unless you just got him for free and just said, you know what, you're not playing. You're not playing the regular season. We just stay in shape. They don't play the final couple of games and just we're buying you for the postseason. That's the only way.
Teams want him, Scott. The Raptors were kicking the tires on AD, but there's two problems. The Dallas Mavericks already got laughed at in the Luka deal, right? AD was the big part of it. So this is going to be sort of the last the last remnants of what they get from that deal. So supposedly they were asking for a lot. And then on top of it, you got to pay AD. He wants a contract extension, max 5 years. You got to give him $300 million.
I would never, ever do that. I mean,
so it's almost like one or the other. Nuts. It'd be like, all right, we'll pay him, but we're not giving you anything. It's a risk just paying this guy. You know what I mean? So if they're kind of who the hell, like you said, I wouldn't want to trade for him. He gets hurt too much. I would want him on the team. You know when he was perfect? And it was funny. It was almost like LeBron. People like to take the bubble championship away, which is dumb. I don't at all. Like I said, nobody takes the Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup away because they won in a bubble. You know what I mean? What was the difference? Oh, it was different. LeBron and the Lakers won or the Dodgers won. It's like, I don't hear you cry about the Tampa Bay Lightning winning with no fans. They played in a little hub, like, you know what I mean? Whatever, dude. But my point is, it did help them, Scott. They took like a 2.5 month break, bro, 3 months, and then they came back and they did like an NCAA tournament type thing. And so AD was perfect. It's like, yeah, he didn't get hurt. They won because of AD. The guy scored like 30 freaking points a game.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, I'm fresh. Great. I'm in the bubble. It was almost like he was in bubble wrap in the bubble. And it was like, yeah, I can give you 4 weeks. I can give you 5 weeks without getting hurt. Let's rock. And they did, and they won the title. I can't give you 5 months without getting hurt. I can give you 5 weeks, but not 5 months. I like your style. If you get AD, you just tell him point blank, you're only going to play 60 games a year. The Raptors did that with Kawhi, Scott, when they got him. They babied him big time, bro. No back-to-back, this and that, man. Like, he barely played. And in the playoffs, he went off and they won the championship.
So the guy can't walk down the street without pulling a hamstring, groin. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, like, my God, how could you be so gifted athletically but so inept staying healthy? It's the craziest thing.
Brittle. You got to get on a bus. Then you got to get to the hotel. All right. You got to check into your room. You got to go through all this crap. It's like, yeah, it's done for you, but it's still not like you're still sitting there. You're still in traffic. Yeah. You're still like, it's still 2 a.m. You still want to be in bed, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm on some highway in Calgary right now. It's 3:30 in the morning. And we're playing against the Canucks tomorrow, right? Like, it's not as smooth as people always think.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
If there's more revenue for the league, there's more revenue for the players, and that would make it saleable. So they may have objections. Certainly there's more risk of injury the longer the season goes. But, these guys, their careers are short. The money is good. Money would be better. So I wouldn't bet against the league expanding sooner rather than later.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
His wife and his kids were like, I kind of like this. This kind of works out for me. Daddy's a celebrity again, so I get access to things. Daddy's making money again. Hadn't made a nickel in the last 5 years. Now he's made a lot of money, so I'm sure they're good. But all of a sudden, the prospect of Daddy being away, like, he ain't cheating on you in Buffalo, I can tell you that. I live there.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
In reality, you and I could coach Josh Allen to 11 wins. Like, it's not that monumental of a task, right? I mean, Josh Allen alone gives you 9, if not 10 wins, just because he's on the field. So we're not asking for much here. The real question is can he coach somebody? Can somebody coach them through the playoffs and make critical decisions that open the door for them to get past certain opponents?
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Closing up shop here with our final bets for the evening. I said it at the top of the show. We kind of buried the lead here. The number 1 college basketball against the spread team is in action tonight. They're going to tip off here in about 5 minutes. Portland State, we're going to combine that with the D-Gen special. This is at Portland State versus Montana. Portland State is 12-2-1 against the spread. So I'm grabbing Portland State. I don't know their nickname. I'll be honest. I'm pretty good with nicknames. You know what? I didn't look it up. All I saw was they're laying 4.5 at home against Montana. So give me the Portland State whatevers. I'm going to use another team. Go ahead,
Scott. I'm going to tell you right now, and I knew it, but I was punching it in. It's the Portland State. All those teams are tricky. Like Seattle. Like,
yeah.
Is it like Seattle's like Red Hawks, Redbird? Like it's sort of one of those like no one ever talks. They're never on TV. These teams. They're the Vikings, Portland State Vikings.
Oh yes, yeah, yep. Very good.
Portland
State. Go Vikings.
I'm going to fade you. I'm not calling out. You are correct. You are correct. They are the number one team in the country against the spread. But you'll notice, like, it's an anomaly. It's not like they're a great team. They're 13-5. Right. They're good. Yeah. Right? It's not like they're blowing teams out. It's just sort of, they were covering numbers. But I think it catches up to them. And Montana don't suck. We're getting 5 with Montana. I say it's almost a push. I say they win by 4 or 5 type of thing.
It's kind of like
remember last Thursday I took Northern Colorado plus the 3 and they lost by 3. It was the same thing. So I say tonight it'll be right the same type of thing.
Yeah. I'm going to use a combo. I'm going to throw one more. We got Anaheim and the Seattle Seahawks in a parlay. I'm going to throw the 2 tennis guys. I've been saying it from the beginning, and you know what? I'm going to just live up to it. Give me both Alcaraz and Skinner to win. Sinner to win, and I'll parlay that with the Seattle Seahawks. It's still minus odds. It is because Alcaraz is minus 720 last time I checked, and Sinner was minus 1,400 against Novak Djokovic. When's the last time the Joker's been a 14-1 underdog, right? Throw it in there with the Seahawks, and it's minus 138. So we're going to use Seattle and Anaheim. That's plus 145, and then Seattle and Alcaraz and Sinner to advance to the finals, like I think they will. And that's still minus money, minus 138, though.
I look forward to really digging in to all the props as they start to pop up right now for the Super Bowl. One that I threw out on my podcast was Cooper Kupp over 2.5 receptions. Far too light. Vrabel and the Patriots, they're going to jam up JSN. They're going to try to say, all right, somebody else is beating us. You're not throwing to him 14 times, right? And that somebody else will be Cooper Kupp. I'm not even asking that much to get 3 receptions from him in this game. It's minus 155 over 2.5 receptions. But if you want to get a little bit more exotic and dig deeper, here's a really interesting one. Is will there be a roughing the passer? Will there be a roughing the passer penalty in the Super Bowl? All right. So, and it's minus 150 no, plus 125 yes. Just for the record, in the last 15 Super Bowls, there's only been 2 games where there was a roughing the passer. Pretty wild. You want to talk about a trend? 15 Super Bowls, only 2 times there was a roughing the passer penalty. Not 2 games. So in 2 Super Bowls, there was roughing the passer penalties. And a minus 150 for something that's 13-2. It's a strong angle right there. And Carson Palmer gets rid of the ball so damn quickly. You're not. It was interesting to see. I follow a lot of this NFL ref data and stats and stuff, and they call a lot of unnecessary roughness penalties in the Super Bowl. So, shot to the head, late hit, whatever. They do call that a lot, more so than more higher proportion. But for whatever reason, they don't call roughing the passer. I don't know if it's the quarterbacks get rid of the ball quickly or there's sort of a statistical reason for it, but we'll get into it. But something that caught my eye there.
Yeah, and you got to be careful about that stuff because there are different, it's just the defensive lineman hitting a quarterback is not necessarily roughing the pass. If you hit him in the head, there's different penalties, so that's not bad. I like the Hunter Henry or the Cooper Kupp rather. I just generally like that philosophy because while Vrabel's not a Belichick disciple coaching-wise, he did play under Belichick. And what was Belichick's MO, right? Take away the best wide receiver. So similar things happen with the Patriots defense. So I do like that. I would do Cooper Kupp, but I would take a couple of other guys. Shaheed, Barner maybe as well. They're all in that 1.5, 2.5 range. So, Gabe, good job as always. Let's get some winners tonight. Keep your fingers crossed. Hope you guys made some money. Gabe and I'll be back tomorrow night, 8 to 10, right here on the grid. Be safe, folks.
Is the fear that we had going on. And the players obviously were paid $10,000 to $30,000 per fix. But what this does is It hits at the core of the identity in the sport, especially in the modern day betting era.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Basically, my co-host on Game Time Decisions, Josh Doan, is featured so much. And I also want to say this basically now confirms we are the premier Josh Doan network in all of sports media. No way no other show mentions Josh Doan as much as this one. Is that a success? Is that a failure? I don't know, but I think it's true.
Game Time Decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Meanwhile, Charlie Baker of the NCAA has planted his flag. He wants to see the end of prediction market.